In Storm Over Ryloth. I'd like to finish up on my Clone Wars review. I watched the last, I think it was 6 episodes in this, which were Blue Shadow Virus, which is about biological warfare in the Clone Wars. It's like the anthrax of Star Wars, I guess. But for me, the thing that really kills this episode is the complete cliched, over-the-top Eastern European accented mad scientist called Dr. Vindy. And he's totally crazy, and he's, oh my gosh, he's so, his voice is like 15 times more annoying than that of Peppy Bo and Jar Jar and SpongeBob combined. I mean, that's pretty bad for me. So, the story I would give a 6 out of 10. It was about average. New characters, since Vindy was such a pain in the ears, was about 5 out of 10. Character development, there was a little bit with the clones and Ahsoka, so that's 7 out of 10. Overall grade ends up being 6 out of 10. Next episode, Mystery of 1,000 Moons, is a direct follow-up to the Blue Shadow Virus. In it, Ahsoka, Padme, and several clones get exposed to the virus when one of the virus bombs goes off, and Anakin and Obi-Wan have to race to find a cure to save them. It makes it a little bit better. The suspense is pretty good. Story, I give a 7 out of 10. New characters, a 5 out of 10. Character development on Anakin's part, more with the attachment thing, is 8 out of 10. So the overall grade for Mystery of 1,000 Moons ends up being 6.66 out of 10. The next one, it's called Storm Over Ryloth. It's about the home planet of the Twi'leks, Ryloth, which is under separatist occupation, and the Jedi are working to free them. Ahsoka has her first command, and her squadron ends up getting completely torn up, and she beats herself up over it. So the story is a 7 out of 10. New characters, mostly clones, is a 6 out of 10. Character development, very good for Ahsoka, is 8 out of 10. So the overall grade for Storm Over Ryloth is 7 out of 10. The next episode is probably my favorite Clone Wars episode ever. It's called Innocence of Ryloth. It's about these two, Obi-Wan and the landing party getting to Ryloth, and these two clones, nicknamed Waxer and Boyle, are exploring this decimated village, and they find this little girl named Numa. She's probably maybe 5 or 6 years old, and I don't know why, but this episode was just so sweet, showing the clones, showing some humanity, developing a friendship with this little girl. When they see her home that's been destroyed and she's looking around, there's no one around, one of the clones, I don't remember whether it's Wax or Boyle, picks up one of her dolls, her doll, that's basically the only thing that's left, hands it to her, and she just cries and starts hugging them. It brought tears to my eyes. I know I'm a complete sap, but that episode was just so sweet. So, maybe I'm biased, but I give Innocence of Ryloth a 9 out of 10 for story, 8 out of 10 for new characters, a 9 out of 10 for character development. Overall grade, 8.66 out of 10. I love this episode. This is one of the few episodes that I don't get tired of. The conclusion of the Ryloth story arc is Liberty on Ryloth. Mace Windu is a prominent character in this one, and he's trying to find a leader of Twi'lek resistance. Sham Syndulla, I believe he's called. They end up meeting up, and of course, the good guys win the day. Story is, lots of good action. 7 out of 10. New characters, it was okay. 6 out of 10. Character development, not a whole lot. We already know Mace Windu's he's really powerful. Give that a 6 out of 10. Overall grade for Liberty on Ryloth is 6.33 out of 10. The very last episode of Season 1 is called Hostage Crisis. It was one of the better ones. It introduced a bounty hunter called Cad Bane. He's a Duros who wears this he looks sort of gunslinger with the double holsters and this flat hat. He's pretty cold-blooded. It starts off with some nice interaction between Anakin and Padme. Anakin has snuck into Padme's office, and they're just hanging out, and Anakin's like, hey, let's take a vacation together. Padme's like, no, I've got work to do. And Anakin, sweet talks her, and they end up kissing, and That's one of the scenes that shows chemistry between the animated Anakin and Padme, like, 5 times better than the movies got it across. Anyway, the Cad Bane and his accomplices end up taking several senators hostage, kills one of them. Anyway, as far as Hostage Crisis goes, I'd give the story a 7 out of 10. New characters an 8 out of 10, mostly for Cad Bane because he's a pretty cool character. Character development a 7 out of 10 for an overall grade of 7.33 out of 10. Okay, for the Clone Wars as a series, the average grade is 7 out of 10. Animation is okay. It actually improves as the series goes along by the end. The lip sync is really good, and so is the lighting. I'm not a big fan of the textures. I'm spoiled on Pixar, so what can I say? I know this was produced for TV, but I really like the lighting and the lip sync in the later episodes. Direction, 7 out of 10. It was pretty good. Music, 7 out of 10. Not as good as John Williams. Classical score, sorry. Characters, 7 out of 10. There were some really good ones, some not so good ones, so it sort of evened out. The absolute worst episodes in the entire series were, they involved the Zillo Beast, which is a direct ripoff of Godzilla that I was not impressed with, you know, some scientific experiment gone wrong thing, and Darth Maul's Resurrection. I cannot say enough how much I hate those episodes. I mean, a guy gets cut in half at the waist, he's dead. Like the announcer Fode Beat said in episode 1, I don't care what universe you're from, that's gotta hurt. I'm sorry, the guy's dead. Bringing back Darth Maul was the worst decision ever, and the name of his brother, Savage Opress? How campy can you get? The absolute best episodes in the Clone Wars were the Mortis story arc. I think that was in season 2 or 3, don't remember. We saw a little shade of Anakin's dark side in there, and also what Ahsoka would be like if she'd gone dark side. Some really good character development in there, and some insight into the Force. Anything with Anakin and Padme, their relationship, I just love it. Because, like I said, the animated series makes me love them as a couple. And of course, the other best episode is Innocence of Ryloth. Told you how much I loved that one. My absolute favorite character in the series is Padme, actually. This series almost completely redeems her from her shortcomings in episodes 2 and 3. Strong female character, doesn't take any garbage from anybody. She does have her weaknesses, but that's what makes her a good three-dimensional character. I love her in the Clone Wars. Best voice acting in the series had to be James Arnold Taylor. He nails Obi-Wan. Of course, he got some practice in the Clone Wars micro-series, which I do not actually have time to review. And Tom Kane, which we didn't see enough in the first few episodes, but he nailed Yoda. Tom Kane is second only to Frank Oz, in my opinion, for the Yoda voice. He did a pretty darn good job. But anyway, that is my review of the Clone Wars series. I'm going to do a whole separate vlog for my episode 7 countdown. So until next time, this is the Clumsy Jedi signing off. Bye, guys.